FOMO, fear missing out while we scoring. On me millionaire, 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 millionaire. Cause you know when it rains, it be pouring. We was all investing, they was snoring. Now look at my collection, it's enormous. On me millionaire, 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 millionaire. Bullish on that cryptocurrency, and you know it. Ever since the pandemic, we've been really on it. Bullish on it, cop it NFT every morning. Millionaire, lifestyle never boring. Meet me there, on the moon, it's important. Thank you to everybody that supported. Now we poppin' champagne, that's important. And we kept playing the game, ain't aborted. Solid diamond hands are rewarded. On me millionaire, millionaire.
What's up, my Omi homies and fellow NFT collectors? Happy Friday. We got the legend But Thompson in the house to help us figure out what the market is doing and what we should be looking for and investing in this weekend. What's up, Mr. But Thompson? What's up?
Hey everyone, it's Bud! And I'm on VeVe Vault, baby. Let's go! Let's go!
Let's go. That's a
I'm
good
feeling great, guys. It is Friday. It is the middle of the day. I am not done with my work day, and I'm assuming some people out there are in the same boat as me, so I'm ready to chat, do some VeVe chat, go back to work, kill it, and then enjoy myself some weekend. Let's go.
And start the weekend up. I'm excited about this weekend too. I know my kid is excited. He's about to have a 3-day weekend. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Let me say what's up to all my Omi homies in the chat. Matt Tubbs was the first in the building. What's up, Walks on the Beach? Bill B, Christian, Castaneda, Tony Padilla, Ruckspin, Mr. Devil. What's up, everybody? We got the legend But Thompson in the building. Before we start talking about some prices, though, I gotta ask some of the regular information that I know a lot of people want to know, and I know you've had to tell the story before. But how did you find VeVe? Because you found it before I did. When I was on VeVe, I found you, and you helped me decide to start buying the NFT. So how did you find it?
There's somebody in the chat that helped me find it. Somebody in the chat here.
Really?
His name is Brownies.
Oh, yeah.
That is the person that basically forever changed my life in that way, okay?
Nice.
That's my best friend. He basically, ultimately, me and him were starting to get into investing. He was very interested in it. I was very interested in it. And we were into crypto, and we started hearing about NFTs, obviously, as you guys can imagine. And so he found VeVe on his own research, and then more or less just bugged me until I jumped on board. And I'm just thankful I did. Like, it was just a good choice by him. And like, it just worked out perfectly, and then I just kind of hopped into the community, and like I've said it before, and I say it every time, but I just started making the content that I wanted to see, and the spreadsheet was more or less just content that I wanted to find out there that I couldn't find, and that's just basically the genesis of Bud Thompson, right? It really just starts from that.
Absolutely. The way that Brownie helped you find VeVe, you helped me find VeVe, because that's how I did it, looking at your stuff and seeing those prices. You were actually doing your spreadsheet, but with eBay prices, because when I got in there was no market. What's your collecting strategy? Well, since you got into it, has it changed any? Did you start collecting?
It's changed.
It's
changed.
Tell us about it.
It's changed. It's definitely changed. When I first started, I didn't like VeVe was great when I first started, and I thought the app was fantastic when I first started, right? But I didn't know what I had on my hands, really, So to some degrees, I should have been more aggressive, right? But when I first started, I was just kind of collecting and buying stuff I liked, and also kind of just buying random stuff too. And a lot of it was like looking for flips, and it really wasn't even collecting. To some degree, it was kind of like a sport to me more than even like collecting what I wanted for some of it. Like half of it was just like getting some pieces I wanted, and then half of it was just like looking for flips and just trying to see if like I could like win the game or something like that, right?
Yep.
And so that was like half of it, and then eventually I kind of settled into getting like a really wide variety of collectibles, and just kind of like that's like when I was going for every drop and just kind of buying everything. But most recently with my collection, I've moved into mostly red and blue chip pieces. I have some that I would certainly consider not red and blue chip that I really like, but move primarily into what I would consider like red and blue chip pieces, right? And then yeah, I'd say that's pretty much where I'm at right now and where I plan on being right now. I should probably also mention that when comics first came out, I hit comics really hard, but I have since kind of divested a little bit from comics. I don't have as strong of a position in comics as I once have. That was kind of that happened. I did that after kind of maybe I would say like the first big comic pump. Is when I kind of swapped into collectibles, and then I slowly transitioned into kind of red and blue chips. So I've kind of had a little bit of a journey, myself, where I've gone through different phases, and like there isn't a right answer, and I don't like what I'm doing. I don't know if what I'm doing is the right thing or anything like that. I just do. I just kind of go with what my gut tells me to go at the moment, in the moment.
It sounds like you moved from comics to collectibles at the perfect time, though. We got hostile.
It was a good...
Go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, I was just gonna say it was a pretty good time. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those weird things where like there's a ton of things in life where you think like, oh, if I would have just gone in more, I could have made a ton. But it's just. There's so many things like that in life, and I just try not to even think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it worked the same way for me. I was in the same position. I ended up holding a lot of my stuff, and something like my Ultimate Fantastics 4 Secret Rare, I paid $700 for it, and it dropped all the way down to $300. But if you look at it now, Diamond Hands Wins is coming back. Just like a few of those ultra rares that I lost money on, they're starting to come back too. I want to give a shout out to Hostel for that super chat. Let's go. You are not late.
Ooh, we
just started. We're just finding out about Butt Thompson. You guys already know about Butt because you're OGs. And then we're going to start talking about the movers in the market. But Thompson already knows a few of them that he's wanted to tell you guys about. I've been looking at the Kripkens lately. You guys saw on the stream yesterday, I went ahead and sold my New Jersey Devil for 200 gems. I'm going to go ahead and buy that back now, look at the market, and see if I can't pick one up for probably under 80 gems, I think is where they're at now. And let Thompson let us know what you think the biggest movers are going to be this weekend.
Oof. I'm excited to hear what people got to say, but okay. Let me just start off by saying I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know anything. I'm a random guy, and this is not financial advice, but some stuff I've been keeping an eye on, and I don't want to like give it all away right now, so we're gonna let it trickle out, okay? But one thing that like right away today, this is something that like I thought of that we need to bring up. I see Tony it as well, and this is going to be Spider-Man, but very specifically, I really wanted to talk about the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man common. Do you know the reason why, VeVe Vault? Do you know the reason why?
No, I'm not sure. The Doctor Strange movie coming out?
Not that.
Oh.
This is actually, I believe, and I could be wrong, this is actually the cheapest Spider-Man on the app right now.
I think you're right. 248 gems is the floor price.
Right? And so I think that I like this piece. It's a piece I hold myself. It's not one I'm looking to grab, but it's a piece I love. And that's one that I think about, that I thought about today. And I was just thinking, man, it's officially the cheapest Spider-Man. And it's really not even close because the next closest one's actually kind of high above this one. So I don't know. Something I was kind of just thinking about today.
I like that a lot, and the big thing about that is it's a first appearance Spider-Man too. It's not just any old Spider-Man. It has that FA tag. He has the Doctor Strange's cape on, and we got somebody in the chat. Brotato Chip says that they just announced that there's going to be 6 comic drops next week.
Holy smokes!
That's everybody's confirming. Apparently, we're going to have 6 comics dropping next week. What the heck?
Holy smokes! Well, we'll see what covers we get.
Yeah.
I think I'm assuming, we got to assume at least half of those are going to be some kind of like adjusted mintage. They're not going to be 30K mintages, I suspect, if they're doing it right. I suspect we're going to see a couple
What do you
across the
think
board
about
here.
the 1K edition comics? Did you like that idea? Do you think they'll do more of them?
Okay, here's my opinion about it. I think with the 1K editions, I think I prefer. Okay, so this is something that's really contentious, and let's see what people even got to say about it, right? But here's what I'm going to say about it. With the 1K comics, I kind of wish they would do a raffle style for those ones, where you have more of an opportunity to enter. Because I mean, like at that point, like it feels like, man, those things are going to the people with the best phones, like depending on what connection they have, maybe whatever, right? But I think that with the 1K, I would kind of prefer going with the raffle style, and we'll see. But I think that would give me more of a chance to actually get one personally, because I feel like if I'm entering into a 1K like comic drop, there's just a 0% chance I'm getting it. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, I can't even get 10K drops, so imagine trying
right?
to get 1K drops.
That's what I'm saying. Like at least if it goes into a raffle, I feel like I've got like a 0.5% chance, and I think that's even higher than my chance sometimes if I'm going for it.
All right, we pulled up the VeVe Digital Collectibles official Twitter, and it's crazy, man. They were right. 6 days, 6 drops, all Spider-Man. We got a Web of Spider-Man, an Amazing Spider-Man 293, Spectacular Spider-Man I've never heard of, another Web of Spider-Man, another Amazing Spider-Man, and another Spectacular Spider-Man.
Wow.
That's crazy. Do you think that's going to make the comic market dip or go up? I would say dip, right?
It's going to come down to editions. I mean, they could be dropping 6 low edition comics, right? So I'm not going to rule that out. So, what I'll say is that I don't think, I mean, my instinct would tell me like that it wouldn't help the comic prices, I would say. I was just looking at the comic prices right before we came on here and just kind of getting a feel for what they're at, because I don't often look at them. It did feel like, a lot of the Spider-Mans had a pretty good premium on them. So I'm curious to see what happens kind of when they add 6 more varieties into the mix. What does that do? Does that help? Does that take the other value of the other comics down at the same rate that it takes the value of the other Spider-Mans down? I really don't know.
Yeah, that is interesting. And they said it's the Kraven the Hunter set. I've never personally heard of Kraven's Last Hunt or Kraven the Hunter. Have you heard of that? Kraven? I'm not a comic guy.
I'm not a huge comic guy either, to be quite honest with you. I don't know much about any.
I wonder if all these go together somehow, though. Maybe they have to do with each other, and if one person wants one of them, they're going to want all 6 of them. It's some type of set, possibly. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, but Thompson, I was looking at your spreadsheet before I got on here, and of course, as you probably know, the Batman Black and White has exploded like crazy in value. Do you think those prices are going to stay there, or is it like artificial pumps, and with so many additions, it's going to come back down, or are we just seeing new floors?
I feel like no matter how I answer this question, I could be wrong. So that's tough. But what I would say is, I mean, like, the peaks that these pieces got to aren't their floors. You know what I mean? Like, but I think, like, for instance, I think Todd has a floor of about like 7,500 right now, right? Which, I mean, it's way above that right now, but like I could see it kind of coming down more, right? And so like, oof, it's a tough call. It really is, because like I also think about too, like this isn't like a lot of other assets. This isn't as easy to liquidate. It's not as easy to liquidate. It's so tough because it's really not as easy to liquidate as a lot of other assets. So it's hard to say, right? Really, because like there's a lot of whales out there, and there's people like that could just kind of come out of nowhere and just buy up the supply out of like if they notice it going down. So it's really hard to say. I mean, it's very, very hard to say. I do think we've seen some new floors on a lot of pieces, though. I promise you that. We've definitely seen some new floors on a lot of pieces. We are not going to see Todd below. I mean, we're not going to see Todd very low at all anymore. Risso is gone, and the thing ain't coming back. It's reality.
Todd's at 10K floor. I don't think it's going to ever drop below 5K, even if there was a crash.
Exactly. That's like what I'm saying. It's like the way I look at it too is like there's a lot of people. I'm sure you see it too, you, Walton, everybody else. Like a lot of people kind of talking of like a VeVe correction, right? You've seen people talk about that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So the way I look at it too is like there certainly could be a correction, but I like to think that I'm so far up that like it's like a correction would be good. I guess I don't even know. Maybe it won't happen. Maybe it will happen. It hasn't happened. So like. It's a little bit risky to say that it's going to happen. So I don't know. We're just in a really weird spot because this isn't like other assets. We're not talking about cryptocurrency. We're not talking about Pokemon cards. We're not talking about sports cards, right? We're not talking about any of these other things. We're talking about something that's different. So I think we've seen some new floors, but I'm just a random guy.
Yeah, I know that it surprised me that those were the ones that pumped first, the Batman Black and White, because I've been holding them for so long and they've been sitting out there at low prices. Of course, I'm kicking myself for not having 10 of each. But
Right.
We're going to just go with some questions in the chat to see what your opinions on these type of sets. What are your opinions on the Disney Golden Moments? I recently had sold the only 3 that I owned because the edition sizes were so high. However, I invested the gems back wisely. However, they're starting to go up now, so I'm starting to regret it. You think the edition sizes are too high, or just the fact that they're Disney Golden Moments that they're going to hold that value and just keep going up from here?
I would lean towards the latter there. I think that I personally am of the opinion that the Disney moments are pretty good pieces. We have no idea of like the VeVe continued plan for Disney drops. So at this point, like they're just in price discovery as far as I'm concerned, kind of. I think that I like for the Disney moments, I don't think the edition size like matters all that much. I think the intellectual property is gonna definitely carry those pieces, is what I would say.
Yep, you're probably right. I need to buy a couple, get back in there when I can. We got Adel J in the house talking about Vultura Macabra. That's one that I got on the drop. He's saying that it's finally getting some respect. I'm going to pull it up. Last I checked, it was set at 200 forever. Then it popped up to 300 gems on the floor, and then it pretty much just stayed there. I've been telling people that I think the Decon NFTs will be pumping soon. I mean, I picked up the Pop Life Art and a couple other that have 666 editions. Expected them to go up faster than some of the other stuff, but they haven't pumped yet at all.
This is a good time as any to talk about Decon, because that's actually one of the things that I wrote down here to talk about was Decon pieces, because I've been thinking the same thing. So let's talk about this drop, and then let's just talk about Decon in general, maybe. Looks like the Vultura Macabra at 350 right now. So definitely getting some upward pressure. I mean, it was at 250 for a very long time, I think, right? Or pushed down and pushing up. And I like the Vultura Macabra piece. I've thought about buying it myself. I don't have it. I like it a lot. It's tough for me. If you want my opinion about it, looking at it, there's other pieces from the Decon series that are much lower, mintage, that I think might have better potential. Again, not financial advice, not your dad, but that's what I think about it. VeVe, you like a lot of the same pieces I like from Decon, okay? I know that for a fact because I've seen you talk about them. So, I'm looking at Electric Lola has gone up. I know you like that piece a lot, right?
Yeah, I do.
But I think of like a piece like Wayob. It's a piece that hasn't really gone up very much, but it's very low mintage though, is what I'm saying.
Yep.
And so I don't know. I like a lot of the low mintage decon pieces. Of course, there's the apes in there, right? Everybody loves the apes, right? So there's something there. A lot of people are going to have some kind of attraction to that. I think there's some kind of natural kind of cult following that might come along with those no matter what. I was just thinking about the skateboards the other day. I don't love them. I certainly don't love the skateboard personally. But I was just thinking about this the other day, like, I was hoping that VeVe would like add some kind of utility specifically to the skateboards, or like add something to the skateboards, like only to some kind of functionality to them specifically. But I don't. I'm just a random guy, of course.
What if they had skateboard wheels NFTs? Because since they're such decks, they're just decks. You could put the wheels on them. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I would want something like to be able to gain something out of putting wheels on it too, though. Like you could like drive them around and the wheels did different things.
Oh, that'd be
like
awesome.
That would be the dream. That would be the dream. That would be the dream to me. Looking at the other decon pieces, I think there's some other like pretty good pieces. I mean, the Dero it might be gone at this point. I mean, like honestly, I really don't know, but I know that actually after this stream today, I believe Jermaine Rogers is going to be on a VeVe AMA at some point today, right?
That's right. Yep.
After this stream, I could be wrong, but so we'll see what that does. I mean, that could itself do something, right? So
I would think so.
We've got Darrow at 1.5 right now, so I'm just going to be keeping my eye on that piece tonight for sure. That's like one that I've got to have my eye on just because of the events going on. It looks like Inked Stories maybe already kind of got the pump that it's going to get. It may get pumped more, but I'm not really looking at that piece right now. There's some other pieces I'm not really even interested in at all just because of what they are. But there's some pieces from the Decon drops, though, that I don't hate. Like I said, I mean, way up at 590, I'm not hating that, such a low mintage, and some other ones too.
Yeah, Wayob is 200 gems less than the Electric Lola, and they're from the same set, same rarity, same mintage. So that might be.
And they both look fantastic, and they both look really good. Like they both look really good. I have both of them.
Yeah,
and
I
they
like
both
the shape
look
of
really,
Wayob.
really, really good. I love the way they look. They both have like beautiful, like I don't know, like the Wayob especially is very beautiful too. So.
Well, since we're talking about Decon, let me get Patty's question here. What are your thoughts on the Decon mascots, the Scotty Tollisons?
I think this drop, it's not a drop that I'm usually keeping an eye on. I would love it if Decon did something with these characters or something like that, right? I would love it if VeVe did something. It's tough because, okay, so here's why it's tough. It's tough because of two reasons. It's tough because, like, already it's kind of a low brand power IP. And on top of that, it's not a set that I'm necessarily anticipating VeVe to do anything with. You know what I mean? In a way. And so it kind of has some stuff going against it for sure.
The only thing I was thinking about with this Scott Tollison set is that if we have like another Decon drop and then another, and then 10 years from now, it's going to be the first ever Decon set. So that might give us some value.
That's true. It depends on how. Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking way too short term here. See, like when you ask me that question, I'm thinking very short term.
Oh, okay, right.
And so like if we zoom out and we look at what it could be, we've got some additional potential there, right?
Yeah.
But it depends on what your game plan is here. I mean, like I don't think these are going to be $1,000 pieces.
Right.
That's just how I feel about it. I don't, especially not like, okay, maybe the ultra rare, but I mean certainly not the uncommon and the common. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's I don't know. It's not a set that I'm usually keeping an eye on, but I do keep an eye on it. It's not a set that I love. It's not like a set that has any kind of like sentimental or emotional appeal to me. Maybe if those characters were somewhat relatable to me, it would be a little bit more. But to me, it's just kind of more or less kind of random.
Yep, I hear you on that. Hostile says we got a gym squeeze happening right now after that announcement, and that there's apparently going to be 8 drops in a row, 8 days with drops in a row now. 6 of them are going to be comics. What's up, Martin McMahon? What's up, Siratan? What's up, Big Lebowski? Dom Dom da Bomb Bomb says, Jack Black was backing those specific drops. Oh, the logo, the Decon logo drops. I know people were saying that, but I don't know if that's true or not. He says it on his Instagram. Jack Black was saying something about it. Interesting. What's up, Sorpan? What's up, Brotato? Brotato says they have not officially listed the comics for next week yet. I don't know. We were just looking at the tweet. I think they have officially listed.
They got a tweet. They had some pictures up there too, so you can probably just Google. If I knew anything about comics,
I would know if any of these are first appearances of anybody special, but I don't know if they are or not. But I think on the Amazing Spider-Man 293 and 294, I think there was some kind of connecting comic where you put all 5 of them together, and I think these are 2 more pieces of that 5 connecting comics that go together.
That might the comic channels are gonna be busy, dude. The comic channels are gonna be busy. So yeah, Dozer on what was that yesterday already or 2 days ago? I don't even remember.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Yeah, these guys are gonna be busy, man. There's a lot coming up. I just want everybody to know I do need to run outside in just a minute here. It'll just take a minute though.
You gotta go feed the squirrel, right?
No, actually, well, I already did basically,
Nice.
but I'm just gonna run out to I actually had to go out to my actual front door, not even just my apartment door, so it'll just be a minute. But yeah, no.
Antonio says there's no reason for a gym squeeze. It's just unnecessary FUD because the comics are really cheap. They're only $6.99. So yeah, I agree. Probably no reason for a gym squeeze, but people are taking profits because the prices are up right now. I can't blame them for that.
I'm still excited about this Invisible Woman drop, guys. That's me. I'm excited about that one. I'm hoping that I get the secret, man.
So on the Invisible Woman one, it's not her first appearance, but they purposely designed her to look like Invisible Woman's first appearance in the comic world. Do you think collectors are going to consider that a first appearance since it looks like her first appearance? And really the same thing could be said about Steamboat Willie. It's not a FA, but it is a depiction of his first appearance on screen.
Yeah. I think some people will, some people won't. I think you're splitting hairs,
Right.
This is a very early piece, just like the other one. It's not like the other one came out that long ago, right?
True.
So it's not like that. And if we zoom out and we're kind of looking at this, and it's like if we're looking at this in the perspective of we're looking at this 1 year down from now, that's what my mind automatically wants to do. But if I'm looking at this 10 years down the road, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. I think this one that's dropping on Saturday could certainly hold a ton of premium.
Yes. What do you think is going to be worth more? These collectibles like this, that even though they're not a first appearance, or the Mighty Marvel is kind of like the Steve Rogers Captain Americas. I personally like the collectibles, even though they're not first appearance, they just look better. But I know some true collectors only want the first appearance. Going forward, do you think which one do you think is going to be worth more? It's just a guess, of course.
It's just a guess. I think the true VeVe first appearances are gonna hold the premium, though. I think the ones that are VeVe first appearances, are the ones that are gonna be the ones that hold the highest premium, is what my thought process is. But
that makes sense.
That's just what I'm saying.
Also, a lot less editions of those too, because there's 5 different rarities of the collectibles. All right, what's up, Beyond the Fan? H-Clan says, do you think there will be a VeVe NFT dip? If so, when do you think? You think MTL is going to cause a dip?
We were just talking about that.
What's your opinion on MTL making things dip?
It could. Like I said, it's funny because everybody always wants to know about that stuff, but I'm not qualified to say. I'm really not. Yeah, a lot of people want me to say, but I'm really not qualified to say. I'm just what do I don't really know that much about economies of scale and stuff like that, right? So I don't know what's going to happen when it happens. I don't even know in history, what's something that's makes sense to compare it to, right? I don't even know that. So I don't know what's going to happen ultimately, who knows? It could go sideways, right? It could go the opposite way. It could explode it. It could you know what I mean? It could totally have the opposite effect that everybody's expecting, or I don't know. I just don't know it, man. It's so hard for me to say. There's probably people that might be better suited to say. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest with you. I really don't even know.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to predict, but I know whenever I'm deciding on what I need to or what I want to invest in, I'm always looking at your spreadsheet. When you're doing your spreadsheet, do you notice any patterns? Have you picked up any patterns? Like, one pattern that I notice is when there's a big pump on one particular NFT, it'll pump real high and then it'll come down really, really fast, and then it will slowly build right back up to where it pumped over time.
Yeah, I think like that's kind of what I think about too. I think like it's kind of like this mentality I've heard about, people talk about. I got to run outside here in a minute, but I've heard people talk about it with crypto, where like something where like if a price gets to a certain price, it can like pretty easily get back to that price. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's something like that kind of with NFTs, or the NFTs we're dealing with as well, where we saw Todd kind of spike up to 8,000 for the first time, and then it just it got back up there without even any problem, right? And
Yeah.
you kind of see it play out over and over again on much smaller scale. But yeah, I think that when drops happen, there's definitely huge trends to notice when drops happen. I mean, like, if you wanted to gain something, like, that's when you should be paying attention, because honestly, a buy up can happen at any time, right? So that's impossible to say. But drops, like, they're pretty consistent. Like, they drop, and then like everybody has the most amount of quantities of everything, right? And everything gets listed, and then people buy up, and then so. If you want my opinion, like if you're interested in that, like, watching around drop time is definitely the time to like pay attention to the market, pay attention to addition sizes, especially. I love watching addition sizes more so than prices even sometimes. So.
Yep, that makes sense. All right, yeah, we got a couple questions for you in the chat. I know you guys said you had to run outside, so I'll hold off on them for a minute. If you guys want to do a giveaway, I have a silly sheep to give away.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop outside.
Yep, no problem.
Yep, you're back.
It's an Ethereum NFT, guys. We're going to give it away in the Discord server like we usually do. If you're not already in there, I'll post the link in the chat. We're going to give away a silly sheep, an Ethereum NFT. I'll probably have a couple more NFTs to give away. Let me make this a forever link so that it doesn't expire on you guys. And once you get into the Discord server, you will go into the giveaways channel. And we'll do this giveaway. Let me pull up my... Do I not have my OpenSea account pulled up? I do not. Let me pull up my OpenSea account real quick. Like I said, we're going to give away a silly sheep, and I might even have a Kanu to give away. And if you guys want to send anything for giveaways during Thompson's weekend market review, you know where to send it to. Braylon's dad. Send it on over, and we'll give that away too. And you do have to have an Ethereum address to receive this giveaway. So don't enter the giveaway if you don't have an ETH address. I'm just getting logged in now. Pull it up. VeVe Vault. I got a whole lot of NFTs on my OpenSea account now. A bunch of this stuff that I got for free. I did a video a while back showing you guys how to get NFTs for free. Didn't mean to pull that up, but it is a cool looking one. And now my account is full of them. Let's go. Silly sheep number 677. This one's going to be the 777. It's got the 3D glasses on, a bow tie, and high heels. I kind of like this one. I didn't realize they had one with 3D glasses. You guys want to do a giveaway for a silly sheep with some silly 3D glasses on? Let's go. It's going to be a 60-second giveaway, so make sure you're in this channel right here marked giveaways. And I'm going to go ahead and get it set up right now. You're going to have 60 seconds to click the party popper emoji. Get in there, guys. I guess there's a little bit of lag, so I'll wait a second. Dr. Strange is going to be sending something to me shortly. What are you sending over, Doctor? Oh, yeah, that's right, that OpenSea NFT. Let's go. Okay, we'll do 80 seconds. Let's do 80 seconds. And we're going to have one winner, and it's going to be a silly sheep with some 3D glasses on. Let's go. The win questions are for children. Oh, well, we don't have any answers on win. We're just guessing. It just says but. I like that. It just says but. Right on his name right there. It's just me and but. Hey man, what are your price predictions for C3PO in the next 6 months? Well, I had predicted for it to go down. That's why I sold mine, and I was incorrect. So I don't know if you really want my price predictions on it. But man, I felt like if we did have a dip, that was going to be the stuff with the high additions that we're going to dip first. And this has like 12,000 additions, but it's not going anywhere yet. It's on the move up. I don't think we're going to see a big gem squeeze, even though we have a lot of drops coming, because they're all comic drops, and comics are only $6.99. Daily Dose says, I can't write in the channel. No, you cannot write in the giveaways channel. You can write in general chat and all the other channels, but for giveaways, all you gotta do is click this button right here, the party popper emoji. That gets you entered into the giveaway. And like I said, we're going to be giving away a silly sheep with some 3D glasses, number 6777. It's got a 777 in the serial number 2, so it's got a nice serial as well. If you want to get into the silly sheep gang, they're getting kind of popular. I'm running out of them. I know somebody was in my chat earlier. They said they just went and bought 5 silly sheeps off OpenSea because they liked them. Pack Booster, let's go. I was just talking to him in the Discord today. Congrats to Mr. Pack Booster. You want a silly sheep? Please send me your ETH address. Let's go. Where do you think Zombie Spider-Man Common will go? Seroton. That's one that Bud Thompson was just talking about. Uh-oh, Pack Booster, you better get your IMs turned on, my bro. You have 5 minutes to get this giveaway, or we will give it away as a rebound.
I am back. I am back. I am back.
All right, perfect, because we have the perfect question for you. You were just talking about this NFT, and my man over here wants to know, Seroton wants to know, where do you think Zombie Spider-Man Common will go? I get those kind of questions too, where it's like, will go. I don't know if it's going to be like in a week, a month, a year, but
yeah. I mean, it's the cheapest Spider-Man. I think that people are going to be interested in it. You know, that's what I would say about it. I mean, I think that I don't know. I think the fact that it's the cheapest on the app might be a pretty good reason for it to go a certain direction.
What's up, Michael Stevens? Good to see you, my friend. James McBatman says, should I put all my OMI into VeVe? My intention is to grow my VeVe collection. Any downside to putting all in the app?
Personally, I mean, I wouldn't. I would have OMI. I'm telling you, like, every time I look at the OMI price, I'm like, man, I wish I had more OMI.
So when you put it in the app, that kind of like locks it in there or something? Is that the way you look at it?
Converts it to, they said it can, once you put it on the app, it converts it to layer 2,
yeah, okay.
Right? And so I don't know exactly what that limits you really, because I haven't been following it as closely as I could. But I don't know. For me, I think like it's kind of tough because honestly, like the collecting aspect is fun, you know? So like to some degree it's fun. And the OMI side is literally just almost exclusively an investing side of it. So it depends on what you're really looking to do, if you want my opinion.
So when it comes to cryptocurrency, I know you know a lot more about it than I do. I'm very new to it, but what kind of experience do you have with cryptocurrency? Are there other cryptos that you're really highly invested in?
I know a pretty good amount about crypto. My favorite, like the crypto project that I'm the biggest fan of is Algorand. It's like it's like a top 20 coin. If you were to look at them, you'd see it. I like cryptos that have really good, I like cryptos that have really good use cases and utility. I mean, like not utility because that kind of makes it seem like I'm talking about NFTs here, but I would say like NFT, like cryptos that have really good use cases. There's a lot of cryptos that I see that that aren't different enough from Bitcoin or Ethereum for me to like be like, for me to be like, oh, it makes sense for that to exist. So there's a lot of them that are like really close to Bitcoin and Ethereum in my opinion. And so, I like cryptos that take a different approach a lot of times and have something kind of unique about them. And they aren't just more or less trying to be something else. Like, right, they're not trying to be the new Bitcoin or the new Ethereum, and they have their own identity in that way.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Mertz is in the house. What's up, Mr. Mertz? He says, I believe the ultra rare Mickey will become the next Walt Disney. I guess he's talking about the partner statue. The ultra rare Mickey will become the next partner statue. I've been kind of dissing the Steamboat Willie because it's not a first appearance. What do you think? Is it partner statue worthy? Is it blue chip?
Steamboat?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
And
personally,
being first appearance doesn't hurt it at all? not being first appearance?
That's actually one of the ones I had written down. We're just knocking these out one at a time here. Steamboats. Let's talk about steamboats. um, I like the steamboats a lot, actually. I'm holding quite a few personally. I'm not trying to pump my bags. Don't buy them if you don't want them. Not your dad. I like Steamboat though. I've been watching these pieces very closely over the past 2 days, maybe probably even more. I've been seeing them just slowly inch up. These aren't pieces that are getting bought up. These are pieces that are slowly inching up in the background. Ooh, this might take us right into the next piece I wanted to talk about actually, because there's other pieces that are doing the exact same thing.
Nice.
Yeah, let's just hop right into the next ones right away. So these pieces that I wrote down are pieces that I like right now. So the steamboats I actually like, and then these ones, this is going to take us straight into the snow globes. Okay, so the snow globes are another one where I've been watching them over the past couple of days, and they've been doing the exact same thing. They're not pieces that get bought up, but they've been slowly ticking up. You know, a couple bucks a day, and they've been ticking up. That's how I feel about those ones. They're not like pieces that are susceptible to buy-ups, but you know, we've got even just that one right there. The secret rare was just at 1.5K the other day.
Yep.
I see pulling up. So I know that thing's gone up like a couple $100 right there. The polar bear one, right? And then even the rare one. Yeah, the rare one especially. I was kind of surprised by the rare one, that one in particular, 194. So that one for a while was below the bear one. So that one kind of took some kind of supremacy there as far as the snow globes are concerned. And then we've got the last one is just barely under $100. So like they're not going to be any sub 100 snow globes soon, I think. I mean, yeah. At least what the data says. And if you want my opinion, okay, so man, I'm glad I'm on here because I kind of got a lot to say. But if you want my opinion, my headset's beeping at me, which means it's going to die. I'm going to try to hang on as long as I can, and I'll switch my audio if I have to. I'll try to switch it over to my laptop mic. But one thing I got to say about the snow globes too is I love the way the snow globes look in augmented reality. I don't know. I put a lot of so when I'm collecting on VeVe, I do put a lot of weight into how pieces look in augmented reality, and I like to think that a lot of my pieces, a lot of my collection are pieces that look fantastic in augmented reality. Not that was like something that I was really trying for, but I did notice that that's something that happened with my collection. Is I'm always drawn toward pieces that look really, really good in augmented reality. I think the snow globes look fantastic in augmented reality. You know, there's a ton of pieces I think look great. I mean, Joe Madureira and Becky Gluten were like the first two that I saw, and I was just like blown away by them. Like, wow, these are just different, right? So I put a lot of stock in that. But that's where I'm at with those two kind of sets. Sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent.
No, you're good. I like that because, especially since I own the Coca-Cola set, just picked up the Secret Rare for $9.90 recently, so I'm loving that. Do you think that those sets, like the Coca-Cola set and the Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie set, the way they have those slow rises instead of people buying up the floors, that's going to make them stronger in the future? It's going to be harder for them to fall in price quickly?
It's tough to say. I don't know enough about markets, but I would say that it makes it less likely that somebody's going to dump a ton of them on the market because it feels like they're kind of getting sipped off the market. They're kind of getting bought slowly, which probably indicates that they're getting bought up by multiple people. So like I would say that, I mean, I could think of an argument that would say, you know, since they're getting bought up like that and like they're kind of just getting bought up slowly over time, that it's less likely for the price to have some kind of negative movement. And I mean, I still think that they could get bought out, right? And they could be a piece that gets bought out and they could just absolutely skyrocket. I love the Coca-Cola brand. I love Coca-Cola personally. As a soda personally, I love Coca-Cola. So I like these pieces a lot. The snow globes, like I said, I think they look great. I have no problem with them at all. And
have you messed around with the new vault controls? I'm trying to look at my Coca-Cola snow globe now. I haven't played around with the new controls. I can't figure out a spinner or anything. I haven't learned anything about these new controls. I forgot they updated this.
I haven't even played with it too much. When I put them in AR, I usually I don't usually go in the vault. I usually drop them like just in real life, in my living room or something. So I'm used to dropping them a little bit differently than this.
All right, let me ask you a personal question that I want to know, and it's about the Dragon Girls. And I've always wanted to get a nice Dragon Girl to hold on for a long time. Of course, the ultra rare is the one that is the rarest. The secret rare is less rare than the ultra rare, and even less rare than the rare. The rare has 1,888 editions. Out of those three, you think there's a certain one that's the best pickup? Of course, I think the secret rare was at 1.5k last time I checked, and then the ultra rare is the most expensive one, is at like 2.5k. I decided to go with the rare because it was half the price with less editions than the secret rare. I don't know. What do you think?
Ooh, at this point, it's hard to say. Just for full disclosure, I do hold a secret rare Dragon Girl.
Nice.
For the longest time, I liked Dragon Girl, right? I thought that piece was really nice. I still think it's really nice. It's so tough to say. I mean, like right now, I don't know. I mean, they're all so expensive. Like, I can't even fathom buying any of them. You know what I mean? Like, I would have to sell stuff to buy them.
Definitely.
It's so tough. It's so tough. I mean, the silver one looks fantastic, first of all. I wanted to say that right outright, okay? The silver one looks fantastic. I think if I was going to buy one, I would probably lean towards the gold, mainly just because it's a secret rare, and I have that one, and the reason I like it is because it's secret rare, and I like the prospect of getting the master collector points for it. So that's like one kind of thing that always draws me in there. That's probably my answer. I think they all look fantastic, though. But with that being said, like, yeah, I don't know. I think probably, I don't know, probably the gold.
I don't know that some of the secret rares, the value of secret rares have been priced into some of these yet, because people don't realize the value of the MCP points. But once we get to these Q drops in the future where you have to have tickets, and then using MCP points will get you extra tickets, you're going to want to have those secret rares to stack those MCP points for sure.
Yeah, I've thought for a while now that when they actually rolled that out, that the secrets might have a little bit of a day in the sun, right? Yeah. That's what I've thought.
And if anybody is interested in the secret rare Dragon Girl, I still have this pulled up because the two lowest price secret rare Dragon Girls are both of them cool serial numbers, 1500 and 1900. So you got some good serial numbers at the floor price right there on those. Michael Diggs is in the house. What's up, Diggs? He says the common Dragon Girl is the original. So for aesthetic purposes, I would say common. I like the uncommon better than the common personally, and they're at the same price right now. I don't know. Everybody's different on that one.
I prefer the uncommon.
Do you?
I'm going to go ahead and agree.
V. Kerr says, thanks for helping me get my account from 700 to 20K. Watching the 7th month I've been in your VeVe. Let's go. Congratulations, my man. Do you have any thoughts on VeVe opening in China? What do you think? But Tony Padilla is asking about it. I know a lot of people like Dance Buddha Panda, one of my favorite YouTubers, is talking about how Ultraman is going to take off whenever it gets to China. But then again, I heard that whole story from Top Shot since the second I got into it. Wait till the Chinese market. I've been hearing that about NFTs, and I kind of feel like it's a fantasy. I don't know. Isn't China already here? We got Chinese collectors on the app, right?
Probably like Chinese Americans and Chinese like other people, like other nationalities, but I think China has a lot of their app store really locked down. I don't know if you can even download VeVe in China. I really don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I kind of thought that you could, but a lot of people are saying that you can't, and that whenever they get here, the Ultramans are going to go crazy. I'm looking at the Ultramans right now. The amount available on the market is really low. Ultraman Ace is over 1,000 gems now. I had no idea. Ultraman 7 is over 400 gems, and the Common is over 400 gems as well.
Yeah, I saw the Ultraman Rare the other day just going absolutely insane.
I had no idea. Cyril says, is that minimum USD 1K of OMI for staking benefit? So if I own below that amount, then I won't get any benefit if I stake in the VeVe app. So if they own below the first threshold, the first tier of staking, and they stake their OMIs, they just get nothing? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I think that sounds about right. I think you would probably just have to. It's kind of like stocking up your Omi. You might put in what you have in there. It might not be enough for the first tier, but then you might put some more in there later, and eventually you get to that first tier. Eugen Tashi says, "Is the Spidey rare overpriced?" Let me pull it up and see what the price is. I'm assuming it's pretty expensive at this point.
It's expensive. I think I don't know what it's at right now. Probably like 1,600.
It is exactly at 1,600. Is that overpriced? I don't know. I think Spider-Man first appearance. Everybody's gonna love that. That's probably always gonna go up in value. But it's not animated. It's not the common. You're probably not gonna say it's overpriced. I don't think. But we'll ask you anyway. What do you think? Overpriced?
At this point, no. At 1,600 now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
At 1,600, I don't think so. I mean, we've seen it all the way up to like, I don't even know how high that thing got. Like, I saw it over $2,200. I know that for a fact. So we've seen it get really, really high. So.
True, and it's got that classic pose where he's jumping up.
I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like $600 less than that. Yeah, so I think there's some potential there. And this is actually a piece that I have right here, and I love that piece a lot. That was one that I really wanted to get when it dropped. I just said, I gotta get this one.
Yeah, the rare. See, my favorite was always the uncommon. That's the one I've had a couple of times. I don't have one now, but if I buy a first appearance Spider-Man, although the zombie hunter is starting to look good to me now, but the uncommon is kind of cool because you can have him hanging upside down in your vault. All right, Sorrel Tan says people in Japan and China are crazy on Tokidoki. I've heard that as well too. Laresh says, "Hey man, spoke to you earlier on Discord and asked what you would buy if you only had 500 gems, and you said ultra rare cat trooper. What is your price prediction for that future of it?" Yeah, that's one that somebody else asked me what they would buy with 1,500 gems, and I said 3 ultra rare cat troopers, 666 editions. That's one that I was thinking about picking up this weekend. You think that's a good pick?
I mean, that's not what I would buy with 500. If you want my opinion.
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean, I could give you a list of things I would buy, but if I was gonna spend $500 right now, I'd probably buy that Spider-Man. I'd probably buy the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man.
Yep. I'd
probably buy some other pieces, and I can tell you what I'd probably buy too. I mean, I'd probably buy a snow globe. I'd probably buy the bear snow globe, and then I'd also buy uncommon Deadpool, which is actually the next piece I had written down, which is the uncommon Deadpool, the one with the sweater on. Mm-hmm. Uncommon Deadpool is under $100 right now, but I don't know exactly what price it's at, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I think there's some Deadpool movie coming out, right? Yep. I think I saw a poster for a new Deadpool movie, and I think they're pretty much devoted to having Deadpool. I think we'll see Deadpool cameos in a lot of other Marvel movies, right? So I think Deadpool is pretty much slated as like a Marvel character, you know, at this point, right? Yep. So I think that's not a bad grab, considering it's the first appearance of Deadpool.
Yeah, I'm a big Deadpool fan. I picked up an ultra rare recently. I've got Thomas Beswick's asked this a couple times. I wanted to get to that because it's one of my favorite NFTs. I have bought and sold 1 million of these. And he's asking, what do you think about the Pepperino? There's only 3,500 editions. Is it undervalued? It pumped to like, what, 150 the other day, but now it's back down into the normal price range.
I mean, Pepperino is like a really hard one to judge. I mean, Pepperino has always had a weird cult following. Since the app started, Pepperino has always had a cult following. For that reason, who knows, man? This thing could get bought up. Like, this thing, in my opinion, is just like, could get bought up at any time. So for that reason, like, it's so hard for me to say on Pepperino, especially Pepperino.
And Fumo's kind of the same way, too.
Right. I know, and Metallo too. Metallo has like a following too a little bit. It's got a little bit of a cult.
My man, Mr. Devil, wants your opinion on the Batgirl first appearance. I've heard a few people saying that they're starting to pick those up, and it's really underpriced for a first appearance.
I agree. I mean, that's probably the one to focus on. I think Catwoman's getting a lot of attention right now, so you're probably right on the money. You know. Probably right on the money.
Oh, there it is. DC Cover Girls. Yeah, there's 200 left on the market, and they're sitting at 220 gems, and that is the Batgirl first appearance. Lee London says, you two are my VeVe OGs. My two VeVe OGs are Butt Thompson and Earth to Mastery. They're the first two people I started watching before I even joined the VeVe Discord or anything. Sorpan says, VeVe's Ultraman is the Netflix version. People in Asia, including myself, prefer the classic Ultraman over those. But don't get it wrong, we love the new Ultraman coming out each year, but not the Netflix ones. Interesting.
I've heard somebody say that. I've heard somebody say that, actually.
Nice. Seroton says number 12 Harley is the sexiest one in VeVe. Opinions?
Number 12?
Yeah, which one is number 12? Let me go back and look. I think I like the Babs Tar.
You're crazy if you're, I mean...
I gotta see what number 12... Oh, number 12 is the one with the baseball bat.
Oh, okay, Steve Pugh.
Yeah.
That one's nice. That one's nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, man.
Not Steve Pugh. The new one with the baseball bat. I like that baseball she has.
Oh,
face
okay,
on it.
okay,
She does got some cute little boy shorts on in the picture.
Right. Yeah. No, I have that one. I have all of them, but I like Harley Quinn 13. You know.
Harley Quinn 13. Let me look it up. I think it's the one with the ducks, ain't it? I knew
That's
it.
the bomb.
I remember you talking about that one before.
Yep. I mean, come on, man.
And this is a good point by Bruin. Harley Quinn Deluxe 2 has the best look. I think that one is an awesome looking NFT. I don't know
That's
the
true.
edition size on it, but I know the price is still below 200 gems.
That one is a nice one. That one is a nice one.
Yeah, it's one of the bombshells. Green Goblins in the house says, I'm late. 2 legends in the community. Let's go.
Let's go.
Feed the big Powerpuff Girl's going to explode. Somebody mentioned that this morning, that the Powerpuff Girl prices went up. Somebody bought up the floor for Blossom, I think. It's up to 425. That's a pump, ain't it? Buttercup's 460.
Let me just see what I have on my spreadsheet. Yeah, it is actually. It is definitely.
Nice.
I recorded them on 113. I recorded them yesterday at 290 and 240.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, they're way up.
Yeah, they're
way up. Way up.
Both of them are
Almost
over
like a big
400 now. Donnie's at 2K. I accidentally clicked on it. I don't like to look at Donnie because it makes me sad that I don't own one. But I also noticed that the ultra rare USS Enterprise is starting to move. It's one that's set at like 350 or 375. I've always told people that this is undervalued because I have the theory that one day in the VeVe-verse, maybe we'll be able to fly these around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. They're starting to move though. All right, my homies and fellow NFT collectors, thanks for hanging out with me and Butt Thompson. We gotta leave a little bit earlier because he's got to get back to work. He's got stuff to do. I gotta go
Lunch
pick up
break.
my kid from school. But if you guys enjoyed this, let me know, and we'll do it again next Friday. And I'm sure we'll have a whole different set of NFTs that are moving up in price by then. All right, everybody.
Definitely.
Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Butt Thompson, for hanging out with me.
For sure.
And we'll see you guys
For sure.
at tomorrow's drop. Later,
Catch you
homies.
guys later.
Peace.
Peace.
All right.